y'all, welcome back to another video. My name is Jennifer. If you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below so you can stay up to date on all my latest videos. It's been a bit since I saw you guys. I didn't post, I don't think, I haven't posted in the month of December. I tried to post the video of the built-ins that we've been working on since, I want to say, September. There was an issue with the upload on those the one weekend, and then we ended up going home due to a family funeral on Nick's side, and then we just stayed home for Thanksgiving. And so then it was just like chaotic event after chaotic event of like we were traveling, and then when we came back it was December, and then it was just Christmas time, and I honestly just didn't have the energy to do Vlogmas or anything like that this year. So I decided to start afresh in 2023. The built-in videos will be coming in the next week or either next week or the week after, and then I have building our raised garden beds that will be probably the week after that. So I'll have those back to back so that way you guys can see them. And I'll also post some progress video or like progresses in those, which I'll get more to in those videos. But yeah, stay tuned if you guys want to see some house projects and whatnot. I created a vision board for this year, and so I think that I'll start with how 2022 went. From a YouTube perspective, it was very chaotic. I actually looked back at my goals. I have a journal called the Better Every Day, and it's like a prompted journal, and honestly I really liked it. I started it in October. It has really cool prompts, and I think that it's just like been very helpful to reflect on a lot of the things. They have different themes in it and everything, and it's not sponsored. This video is not sponsored. I genuinely very much enjoyed this journal. But for December 31st, it was like an annual review, and you had to list out your goals from the beginning of the year, and then you had to review your progress. So I went back to the video that I filmed a year ago, going through what my goals for 2022 were, and I realized that YouTube wise, I didn't meet my goals. My goals were to post one YouTube video a week. I didn't do that for good reason. I just feel like I had a burnt out year for multiple reasons, and so I'm giving myself grace on that. I believe my word was supposed to be consistency. I was consistently inconsistent. That was about what I was inconsistent, or what I was consistent with last year. I wanted to create an intro. I have an intro I created. I'm not loving it, so I may change it up and see how that goes in 2023. I'm not making it a goal though. I'm just going to look at that. And I wanted to post 2 pictures a week and be more active on Instagram, and I felt like I did the more active part. I feel like I posted more frequently, but I want to be more active next year as well. But again, my strategy for planning for 2023 was a little bit different this year, but that's okay. And then for my professional goals, it was when I was actually starting my job. I was starting in January, January 17th to be exact, and one of my big things was create and keep healthy boundaries with work, and I very much stuck to that. I think there was a few nights that I ended up working late, or a few weekends that I was helping out with doing small projects that I needed to get done. But as a whole, I feel like I really was good at when 5:30 hit or 6 o'clock hit, I was getting out of the work mindset. Like there's a few days I worked till like 5:45, there's a few days I worked till 6, but like when I got home, I didn't touch my work laptop. There was maybe 3 times the total year that I did that, and that was because of our tax deadline that needed to get hit. So I think I did really good with that. And then the other one was come with a positive attitude to work, and I feel like I did a really good job with that as well. To be honest, it was a crazy year with parts of work, and we got like a building in October, so we ended up like moving. I moved my office 2 or 3 total times the entire year. I started in a co-working space. I ended up at my boss, working out of a media room at my boss's house for like a month or 2, and then we got into the building that we are now, and I have an office, and I've been trying to make that my own and making sure that it like really feels like me, which maybe I'll do an office tour at some point when I don't have client files laying around. But yeah, I feel like I came in with a very positive attitude most days, and I tried not to let, like, if we had a mean client, like, impact my mood too much. And then when I came home, I also made sure that that didn't impact my home life as well. So that was actually an additional thing to the goal that wasn't talked about last year. Personally, I had set 3 meals a day, 2 liters of water, and self-care at least once a week. I feel like I was 50-50 on those. I usually had 2 to 3 meals a day. I really tried hard to do 3 meals a day. I try to have breakfast now every day, like a bagel with peanut butter or something like that. Just there's some days that I'm not really feeling it in the morning, but most days I did. The 2 liters of water, I have at least 1 liter of water a day, just because I haven't gotten a Brita at work yet, and so I don't think our water's that great. And I was working, when I worked at the co-working space, there was a filtered water system, so I was drinking 2 liters of water there, so I just have to get back into drinking more water. And then self-care, I've been doing about once a month, not once a week, but in general I've been trying to get better at doing it once a day with like journaling and stuff, but like actually like taking a bubble bath and doing like a solo date, I've done that maybe once or twice a month. But overall I think that's been good. So now we're going on to the highlights. So like I said, 2022 was a really good year for me. I feel like I started my job and it's been phenomenal there. I love my job. I love what I do, and I genuinely enjoy going to work every day, and I'm really glad that I got that within my first year of working, because I don't think many people are that lucky. And my boss is phenomenal. The people who I work with are great. Like it's going well. So Nick and I moved in April into our house. We closed on it in April, and we spent way too long moving. I think I'm going to film a video actually for like tips moving into a new space, learn from our mistakes. And it's probably gonna be like 5 tips or something like that, but yeah, there's definitely some mistakes that we made when we first moved into our house. We just kind of threw things into closets and we're like, we'll get to it in like a month or 2, and we're just now getting to it, which is like 10 months later. So we're working on fixing that right now, but that will probably be in a different video. If you guys want to, let me know down below if you guys want to see that. And then after we bought the house, we ended up rescuing the 2 girls. I've gone through their story before. They were left in our neighbor's yard. Our neighbor couldn't take care of them due to an illness, and so we offered to take them in since we had Jaeger, and it seemed like they were doing fine. We originally were going to try to foster them and help find a house for them, and then I fell in love with them and convinced Nick. Well, Nick also fell in love with them, but I was the main reason that we ended up keeping them, because I couldn't post the Facebook post to ask our friends if anybody wanted to take them in. I couldn't part with them. We had had them for like a month and a half, 2 months at that point, and they had taken my heart. I love them. They are so great. So like I said, we started a bunch of house projects, so videos are coming of those, and we're going to be hopefully finalizing a lot of them in the next month or so, so I'll be able to give you guys like the updates of what we have done. I saw 2 of my very close friends end up getting married, and on the wedding topic, I actually got my wedding dress. I unfortunately don't have any pictures besides of my own dress. All the other 8 dresses that I tried on, the salon or boutique that I went to, they wouldn't let you take photos or videos of you in any of the dresses unless you were purchasing that particular dress. So I only have pictures of my actual dress. And I spent my first Christmas ever ever at home, in my own home, and it was really great. It was a little bit bittersweet because I wasn't able to do what I had done for the last 25 years, which was go to my grandparents' house. So it was just definitely a lot of adjustments and realizing that things are changing, and it was cool, but it was definitely like a bittersweet moment of I wasn't able to spend it with like my grandparents and my cousins and stuff. So it was just a different atmosphere, and I ended up zooming in on all my family parties, but it was definitely just like different. And it was hard, but it was still a lot of fun, and I really enjoyed it. We had my in-laws in town, and so that I was still surrounded by family, so that was nice. Okay, so now we are on to 2023 and what my plans are for this year. Sorry, I'm setting my water down. So I kind of made a vision board, and I'll kind of walk through it if you guys can see it. This is what it looks like. So there's both like YouTube things on here, there's professional things on here, and there's personal things on here, and they kind of all go towards what my goals are for the year too. So one of my things is I want to grow my online brand, and I kind of want to rebrand a little bit with what my content is. And so one thing is I want to grow on YouTube. So that's what this picture is right here, is working on scaling up my subscriber base on YouTube. And then I also want to start a blog specifically geared towards law students and giving advice to law students. I realized this year that that is something I very much enjoy doing, is providing advice to people that are in law school or starting their career as a lawyer. So that means as well I want to consistently post on YouTube. I know that I was not good at it last year, but I have a plan and I'm going to execute this plan, and so I'm going to work on getting more consistent again, because I really want to get back into doing creation and the things that I love doing. And on here there's actually 3 different content creators that I absolutely adore. This is Catherine Manning. I just really love her brand, and she just rebranded her channel this past year. And her whole thing is like about creating the life you love, which is actually this quote up here, and then doing it for you. And so I like having those reminders of, like, Nick has also been a big proponent of me working on creating the life that I enjoy and creating a life that makes me happy and doing what makes me happy. And I just I like having the reminder of that, but I also really enjoy how she's rebranded and how she's really made her channel more her. And I really want to kind of do that as well with my channel. These bottom 2 are both attorneys. So this is Rach Reese. She is a TikToker. I absolutely adore her content, and she is showing that like lawyers can be people outside of work. Like, she's a partner of her firm, but she also posts like real, like, I feel like they're bare, like, genuine emotion videos and stuff like that. And she also talks about like the law in her videos. Like, I really like her content. And this is Catherine Monet. She is a content influencer contracts attorney, I believe. She's really good friends with Catherine, and so I just like how she's done her brand. And again, she is big, like, she's becoming bigger on YouTube and stuff like that, and I just really like how she runs her pages and stuff. And of course I have a bunch of other YouTubers that I enjoy, but these 3 are just very strong individuals, and I like how they're able to balance being a especially these two are able to balance being a professional and being a YouTuber, whereas she YouTubes for her full-time job and has a brand, and she also does a blog and stuff. So I just have a lot of respect for her as well. So my second goal for the year is to grow my professional job as a transactional attorney. I actually have separate goals for that I've already talked through with my boss, of what do I want to do by Q1, what do I want to do by Q2, what do I want to do in Q3, what do I want to do in Q4, what changes am I going to make, how many clients am I going to bring in, what does my billable look like, what do my billables look like, a bunch of mumbo jumbo to most people. But yeah, so we've already talked about where my like points are and where I need to work on my performances and stuff. And so a big part of this is going to be getting my own client base for this year, because that was one thing that I haven't done yet. So I'm very much learning from my boss right now of like the practical side of things, but we're going to slowly, or I'm going to be integrating, bringing in more clients and stuff from different referral sources. So one thing is I want to run a workshop, which is this picture right here. If it will focus, it's a person running a workshop. And then there's also down here in this one a networking event. Those are 2 big areas that I want to focus on, is developing my professional network so I can get referral sources from other young professionals and older professionals, but just I guess professionals in general, like financial planners, accountants, of our housing projects. And that's going to be hopefully done in the next couple of weeks. But that's down here is like raised garden beds, the bar built-ins, and then I want to get a fire pit by the end of the year. Like, I want to build one, and so I'm really excited about that. So that's one of my goals, is to be able to save up for that. The next one's one of my biggest ones, is I'm really wanting to get a good savings, like money wise, like financial wise. And so I have like a set of jars on here that are savings. And then I also want to save up for a car in 2024, like an SUV, because right now I have an Audi and it's good, but like I won't think that I'm going to need to get a newer car sooner rather than later, because I drive over about an hour to work every single day. And with me taking on new clients, part of that is going to have me driving to our office in Wilmington and then an office out in Greensboro that we are able to use more often, and so I'll be driving a lot more this year, so I'm going to probably have to get a car sooner rather than later, and so I'm gonna have to make sure I save up for that. Another big thing is Nick and I are getting married in the year of 2023, and so I have a picture of where we're getting married at, and kind of like a wedding fund just to remind myself of that's happening this year, and I'm really excited about it, and that's something else to save for. And for a long-term goal is Nick and I want to eventually buy a huge plot of land, like 20 to 30 acres, and build our next house. And so I have pictures of what we would want to have for that, because we want to be able to have animals and like kind of have more of a, not necessarily a full-on homestead, but pretty close to a homestead of we're able to sustain and take care of ourselves. So I think that all of my goals kind of revolve around the word growth in a way. They all kind of pertain to like my financial goals is I want to grow my savings, my my personal goals is like I want to grow my brand, my YouTube and all of that, and I also want to be able to grow like my professional world as well. So I think just really everything revolves around that growth. I was trying to find a better word than growth, but keep it simple, man. I'm just gonna keep it simple. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. I think that I'm going to refilm the intro for the bar built-ins just to update it and talk through a few things, and then I will have that video uploaded next week, and hopefully it doesn't get corrupted again. And then I'll have the raised garden beds the week after that, so that way those ones will be done with, and then we can start with the 2023 content. I'm also thinking that I'm going to coincide some videos with my blog posts. I'm thinking I may post like bi-weekly on my blog, so there's going to be a little bit more like lawyer content mixed in. So let me know if you guys think that that'd be interesting or not for you guys, and yeah, let me know down below what you guys are hoping for 2023 and all of that, because I hope that 2023 is going to be a better year than 2022 was, because 2022 is going to be a hard year to beat for me. At least I had a great year. So yeah, I love you guys though, and I will see you guys back here next week with another video. All right, bye.